Hi, I'm Steven, and this is an introduction to my tool, Myth Generator. When you start up the site, you'll notice the main headline is story, and you can pick between the different types of stories that are available. Right now, I've only got Myth, Hero, Tale, and Generic Quest. Let's pick Generic Quest. And if we go to Generate, it generates a generic quest: travel from Havalon to the village of Riverguard. You need to see the village of Riverguard, and you can go in and edit this. So if it's Riverwood you really wanted to go to, you can go in there and get the text. Let's clear that out. You can generate more than one at a time. If you generate more than one at a time, it automatically scrolls to the bottom of a generated list for you. I'm sorry, Susan. It says kill you. And you can edit and pick any one of these, and you can go through and take any one that you want. Let's go into the JSON view. And the JSON view for any of the stories that are available will change depending on which story you pick, obviously. They're all based on tracery, but some are more I don't really know where I was going. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. But in the JSON view, you can edit any of them, and it will generate based on what you have edited. So if we scroll down to, let's see, set quest type. There we go. And let's say get rid of all of these. It'll only generate travel quests. And if we put them back in, it generates defense quests, destroy quests, crafting quests, fetch quests. Actually, that's a fetch quest. So you can see that the JSON view is fully editable, and it works. It works fine. Inside the views themselves, I haven't got the elements view working, but once I do, this should be able to replace the JSON view as the default way to interact with the Myth generator. You put in the key for JSON and whatever elements that you want inside of it, and it should be a little bit easier, because they've got you can automatically delete everything. You can clear everything and start anew, and you can create as many new elements as you want. That should I'm gonna have to fix the scroll height for this. When I create a new element, I want it to scroll all the way to the bottom. But yeah, so that's element view. In the get words section of the page, I haven't loaded everything. Right now, you've got to click off of it for the search to load. I'm going to change that so that you just have to press enter. Or you can click off of it, whichever. But it automatically loads words that are related to whatever search that you put in, which can be as interesting as you make the simple version of it, but in the advanced version, you can do all sorts of crazy things. You can do all sorts of crazy things. So you can search for words that mean Christmas. You can search for words that mean Christmas, but only the nouns, or only the verbs. Eve is a verb, believe it or not. You can search for words that sound like none. You can search for words that are spelled like none, which there are no words spelled like none. Are spelled like, let's go with red. Red is spelled like red. I'm going to have to look at the dictionary API that I'm using to figure out how better to wield that tool. This one's the cool part, in my opinion. The related words are amazing. You can get popular nouns defined by the given adjective. Red nucleus, red cedar. Bright light, bright eyes, bright colors. You can get popular adjectives used to define the given noun. Great red old dragon. Cool. You can find synonyms. Let's go with fire. Burn. It's just supposed to sack. There it is. I'm going to sack somebody. I'm going to fire them. Associated within the same piece of text. Now, this is from Google's Ngrams. They analyzed their entire database of books and basically made an entire data set of associated values. So whenever you search for wizard, you will get every word related to wizard from the same piece of text as the wizard. And this guy, Ku Klux Klan, is. Let's get rid of that. Darkness. Ironically, if I search for darkness, it comes up with more favorable results than if I search for wizard. Okay, anyway. Antonyms, hypernyms. Hypernyms are so cool. Okay, so hypernyms and hyponyms are basically opposites of each other. One is hypernyms, where you have a value and it gets more specific the more you search. So if I say boat, it's going to, no, this one's the more specific. Yeah, so it's given me more specific versions of that word. But if I search for like gondola in here, it's going to give me less specific versions of that word, which I think is really cool. I'm going to have to look up what holonyms are. These are requested or straight copy from the dictionary API that I'm using, which is Datamuse API. And a lot of the settings for these, they're really amazing, but I just haven't had time to fiddle with all of them myself. Frequent followers and frequent predecessors, words that frequently follow a given word. Oftentimes, if it's an adjective, it's going to be the noun that it describes. Yellow river, yellow flowers, yellow fever. Frequent predecessors. Again, this is just words that come before dragon. Double dragon, green dragon, etc., etc. Perfect rhymes. Perfect rhymes. Whoops. Obviously enough. Perfectly rhyme with what they're going for. Less perfect rhymes, and I'll show you this one. Success. Let's find what's a good one? Purple. Purple. All right. Less approximate rhymes are the things that are, they're close. Homophones. Obviously, red. Sounds like red. Consonant match is pretty cool. Actually, I remember what the are spelled like view is. Okay, so this is the wildcard one. So if you put in S star NT star, you get all the words that have S and then something and then NT. If you put in question marks instead of asterisks, it gives you only one letter where that is. So it's going to give me a bunch of Santa and Centu. So that's what spelled like is. I forgot about the wildcards. I'm sorry, that was a different tangent. But yeah, you can fiddle around with the rest of these settings yourself. They're all really awesome, in my opinion. And then there's also the JSON view. So if you actually wanted to get into what is being returned by this engine, you can actually see, like, if you want to know what score a certain word is spelled like another word, then actually I think the score is the n-grams, how popular it is in most texts. So if it has a higher score, it's used in more texts, I think. Something like scintilla. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Yeah, succumbent. I'm surprised Storefront doesn't have a higher score. But that's the state of the myth generator. We'll generate a myth, a few myths here for the end. As it is now, I hope you enjoy it. It's available on GitHub, and I'll post that link below. So have fun.